People ask me why I wear a cross on my neck when I'm not religious. I'm not a Christian, but it's because I'm thankful to God for what He gives us. It's to remind me that it symbolises the fact that He is with us and the fact that out of millions of people He decided to pick us. We were chosen to be a part of this nation, and I believe that is for a reason. So when things are getting tough, you got to remember just to keep believing. Because if we gave in every time we had a problem, you best believe we'd be underground and our families would be the ones that are grieving. Everybody questions why I get tattoos that's forever on my skin, and everybody that's religious believe that it's a sin. But there's also a human right that you're entitled to the act of freedom, so if I ain't my skin, then that's my own freedom that I'm living in. Everybody is so judgmental, trying to identify the negatives of my complexion. Don't you think that every day I look into the mirror wanting to change my imperfections, but then I realise my identity defines me. So this song is kind of like a lesson. Read the words inside the story and stop worrying about the comments from other adolescents. This world is a big planet, but the universe is a much bigger size. In 200 years time, nobody is going to remember you when you die. So live the life you want to live and stop worrying about other eyes. Do everything you want to do and achieve everything you want to achieve before the end of your time. Don't you think that I look back on the past knowing I've had a tough 20 years? That's 240 months I've lived on this earth trying to not cry so many tears. That's 1042 weeks I've lived in this world, and I've endlessly been pushing away my peers. And 7,300 days I've been on this planet, and I'm trying to get over my fears. Time flies by so fast and you don't even realise. Every hour that you spend in bed is an hour that you've not lived your life. Every minute that you're doing nothing is a minute that you've let slip by. And every second that you've wasted is more time that you could have maximised. Life is a luxury, and sometimes we forget how lucky we actually are to be alive. People are dying every second and we act like our life isn't going to be finalised. Life is a one-way street, you don't get no chance to compromise. So just be nice to people around you, live every day like it's your last, and stop people from feeling ostracised. What would you do if you knew you were gonna die tomorrow? What would you do if you knew that death would hit everybody that you follow? What would you do if you knew your family would spend the rest of their lives in sorrow? And what would you do if you knew your heart would shatter and every other day would be a difficult pill to swallow? There's so many ifs in this world, and every time we answer questions that helps us reach a new height. When I'm in bed, that's when my thoughts run wild, so this is why I try to answer my questions at night. Like, what if the light at the end of the tunnel is the light in the hospital room for your new life? And what if babies have visions of their old life, and as soon as they enter the world, this is why they start to scream and cry? There's 7.5 billion people in the world, and still there's questions where we can't find the answer. Like, the life expectancy is 75 years old, so why are people dying at 40 because of cancer? Like, why are good people on the streets having to beg for money but still experience vicious slander? And why are people like boats? Because every time we try to make movements, we can't, because we're being held down like an anchor.